Ninja Village is booted up. And as I'm speaking about that, Ninja Village is starting. Our beloved, favorite level of the game. Hardest level of the game. You need to do precise movement, precise cloud steps across the board. Followed by a very hard cutscene where you need to trigger perfect inputs. So let's do the shard guessing game again. So how many shards will we see in the chat room? I would assume, since this is Germany versus Germany, I would say maybe 1-1 to keep it fair. We have 4 shards by Nufi. Nufi is really generous today. And yeah, since this is top 8 losers bracket, that means the person who is unfortunately losing this match will be out of the tournament, and the winner of this match will face off against Halfling Helper in the, is it already semifinals losers? God, I'm so bad in brackets. And yeah, we have 1 shard for both players, so I assume commentary wins. So, and we are booting up in Autumn Hills. So Autumn Hills, still one of the hardest stages in the game. We have precise, or kind of sarcasm and ironic off. Autumn Hills is a pretty hard stage for the beginning of the 8-bit one. We will see if both players will survive the Kappa of Doom. Yeah, it seems like both players already survived that. We can see here turtle boots across the board, top blocks versus bottom blocks. So Alpha getting a small lead here. I think now we are kind of synced up again, so back and forth between these two people. But seems like both runners need, unfortunately, to go towards the right-hand side to get enough shots. And Flash unfortunately missed the shop entry by 1 or 2 seconds due to a misinput. So this will put Alpha a bit in the lead here. And yeah, this is Autumn Hills. So we have seen it a couple of times. We will see now Alpha as the prophet of the Alpha plant, hopefully going for the Alpha plant, going for the quad here for the extra swag. And Flash still believing in the, or praying that he get boosted right. But as you can see, praying is not enough. Sometimes you need to believe in the correct Alpha plan to get boosted towards the right. And this is kind of what you get if you don't do that. So, water section. Alpha with a, let me get a delta here. 32 entering the next room. Yeah, Alpha kind of having around a 5-second lead here. Will we see a belt boost from Alpha? No. But yeah, despite that both of these players are amazing runners and amazing messenger players, I would assume that Alpha's lead is getting a bit more and more towards the end of Autumn Hills, just to better movement, and this is due to the better PB overall and a bit more optimized movement that Alpha can pull off, due to the experience and... yeah, Luffy. Of course. But yeah, shard-wise, we are also... Alpha's pretty loaded on shards right now compared to Flash, but Flash will still get the extra shards. But yeah, Alpha's totally fine on shards here, and Flash should be fine as well. Alpha messed up stud jump, unfortunately, but happens to the best players. Flash, on the other hand, gets it, but that will put Flash a bit more towards Alpha again. But yeah, as I already said, I think, unfortunately, due to the PB difference, we will see a bit more optimized movement here and there. But Alpha, that will lead up to a more significant gap between both of these runners. And coming with a lot of shards into the first chop, the most important question, since this is Germany versus Germany, will we see a German chop? So no German chop. Yeah, I think we're fine and we're back. Had a little bit of trouble there. But yeah, no Scary Berry on both sides. I didn't expect to see any Scary Berries at all in this matchup, since it's still a risky strat, and if you mess it up, you can lose 16 seconds. But we're coming now into Catacombs, and the most important question is, will anyone step on Necro? Will they slash Necro? Or what will happen to Necro at all? We have Alpha jumping over Necro and Flash sitting on the ground. Okay, I think we had some connection issues on the Flash side, but Necro's safe for now. So, yeah, also, damn, since this is all Germany here, we also have the, let's see if Flash goes for it, but the German skeleton boost, yeah, only Germans do that, as I know right now, so if you want to become German, just do the skeleton damage boost in Catacombs. Yeah, well, we are coming up now, so Catacombs, you all know it, Psyche-based stage. We see no Cutie Crushers on both sides, I guess. I'm not feeling right now that Flash is going for Cutie Crusher. And I think Bedonk kinda can play in favor of Flash or in favor of Alpha here, but the gap is kinda getting bigger and bigger between both of these players, so it will be hard, especially with the later stages and the Warp Dot stages coming up, even with getting Bedonk or losing Bedonk for Flash to keep up with Alpha speed. So, Bedonk attempt for Alpha, missing it unfortunately. So, Alpha missing Bedonk and has really bad Whisper placement, but Flash also missing Bedonk. I'm kinda confused here right now, what's happening? Seems like we're testing chat stuff while doing this. Yeah, due to Newfie's request for moving up the chat, it seems like the whole chat is broken now, so everyone post their hearts in the chat for Newfie for breaking the chat. And I totally missed if Alpha was going for Balls of Steel now. Newfie, we all love you, so it's don't take it seriously. And yeah, coming up now, Waxton for Alpha. So Alpha didn't hit Bedonk, so let's see if Waxton is generous today to him. So we had one top box. I directly looked into the chat while the Waxen was spawning. So I think Alpha had top Waxen. And Flash has top Waxen as well. Okay, can someone from the mod team maybe time out Space Croquette for insulting the moderators? The commentators? I think that's not appropriate here. We are a lovely community where everyone is helpful and nice to each other, so I don't really like insulting the commentators here. Okay, Bamboo Creek. The most important question for Bamboo Creek, of course, is what will Alpha do in BC11? Will we see another A2? Will we see a proper handled BC11? And also, what happens to the tree room? So, tree script by Alpha, he's safe. Flash had a bit of a rough time in Bamboo, unfortunately. Kinda fell into the water. Lost a bit of time due to that, and also Flash is only sitting on 2 HP right now, so this can be pretty risky for the tree skip. Alpha, on the other hand, coming into BC11, approaching to go for B2, missing it unfortunately, going for the G2 backup, missing that as well. Damn, will we see an A2 by Alpha? Alpha going for the OG strat, and yeah, even after another attempt of the OG strat, Alpha really having a rough time in BC11. And yeah, Flash unfortunately also missing N2, needs to go for the elevator as well. Missing Steelheart. Yeah, both runners have a really rough time in BC11, so can be due to nerfs, or maybe just bad luck in BC11 in general. Alpha looking good on charts going into Holding Grotto. Flash, I think Flash should be fine. Yeah, Flash is more than fine chart-wise. So, Holding Grotto. Besides DK skip, I think there's not really much we can talk about here. Vertical room, wingsuit, going fast, cutting corners tight. Yeah, Grotto in a nutshell. But yeah, as I was already mentioning, so I will get a new Delta for you. But the gap between Alpha and Flash, of course, unfortunately is getting wider and wider. So we have 1349 going into that room. And this is, I think, mostly based also due to the skill level. Unfortunately, this is not insulting, not against Flash or insulting and towards any of the runners, but Alpha is a way more experienced runner in this matchup, so with a way lower PB. So you kinda could expect such an outcome. And to keep up with Alpha currently, especially since Alpha is a 29.0x kind of runner, Flash would need to play on PB level at least, and Alpha would need to do a lot of mistakes. So yeah, it's a pretty hard matchup here for Flash. So respect to Flash. But yeah, this is kind of the outcome I think most people could assume that could happen, but Alpha kind of having trouble right now with going forward in Holding Grotto. So maybe we will see something happen in Tower of Time or later, but we don't know yet. I should speak in German. Yeah, I can. I don't know if Dino will like that if I switch to German, but I could also do German commentary for this matchup, so I don't mind. But yeah, due to GG speedruns being international, I don't think that's the best idea right now. Yeah, Alpha coming up on Emerald Golem. And I think we have over 30 seconds or even more, kind of 30 seconds lead. I would need to get the exact delta, I forgot to do that. But yeah, the gap is kind of getting closer and closer towards both of these runners. I would try to get the delta once we reach the top of the room in Emerald Golem. But based on the cutscene, I think we are already talking about 30 seconds or more. Oh God, what's happening in chat? Oh man. So it was a 1642 for Alpha going into the top of the screen. So let's see how long it would take for Flash to getting there. But yeah, as I was already mentioning, we're talking about at least 30 seconds gap between both of these runners. Alpha going into Krillshroom. Will we see a peanut butter boost? Will Belial be proud of Alpha? Yes, we see a peanut butter boost. 10 out of 10 for USA, I would say. And we had a 49 for Alpha. So yeah, we have a 30-second, or can I do math? Was it? Yeah, 30-second lead for Alpha. I think Nufi Foodie kind of passed on, so you can, if you want Nufi, you can join and do some German lessons here with me. So White Room for Alpha, amazing T boosts. Also got the cycle pretty clean, so great White Room for Alpha. Flash kind of starting now with the White Room. So far going for not as much T boosts as Alpha, but that was expected. Unfortunately hit a Kappa, so but it should be fine cycle-wise. So yeah, clean White Room by Flash, well done. Meanwhile, Alpha going for the newer strat. I don't know if that strat has a name. I think it doesn't have a name. It also gets it. Well, very well done by Alpha. Has some troubles with the block boost, but overall still looking fine. Yeah, and Flash kinda trying to catch up with Alpha. Alpha going into Bully Room, gets a clean 1 damage Bully Room, very well done. Making his way towards the Queen of Crows, while Flash now approaching the same rooms that Alpha kinda did 30 seconds ago, so... Yeah, Flash unfortunately doesn't really have much time for mistakes, and as I'm talking about that, I already jinxed it. So Flash unfortunately missed the Shuriken. I need to invest a bit more time getting the gate open. If I haven't gotten banned, Storm can speak into what? Yeah, but Nufi, Foodie will not do commentary if you mean that. So Alpha getting starting off Queen of Pearls, getting a white pattern. So it's a bit of a rough time using both shurikens, but it's still okay. So we had no whips, everything is fine. A bit of a time loss for Alpha. Flash taking it safe on the other hand. Doing that vertical climb, that can be really scary, especially at the end of Crush Room. And we are going into cracks, so warp dart action. Worst stage of the game. And Flash approaching Queen of Quilts. So, if I remember correctly, Flash had a bit of a rough time with the Queen in the last match, and it seems like, unfortunately, again, we see seeds. We see seeds both times now, so double seeds for Flash. Meanwhile, Alpha zooming through cracks. So right now it's a bit hard to catch up here with commentary on both sides, since the gap is already big hard on Alpha's side, and yeah, Flash still fighting against the Queen, had some whips, but I think we are safe now. So, and will Alpha get Naga Bird? The most important question here in Searing Cracks. So going for Naga Bird, looking very well done on Alpha's side. Going for the kicky flippy one tile. Into hopefully a teleport and cracks. Into a last right side climb. Into Colors and Fuses. Yeah, nice TP of Alpha. Flash on the other hand, just starting out with Searing Cracks. While Alpha's kinda close to finishing Searing Cracks, so... Unfortunately, the gap between both of these runners is getting bigger and bigger. Since Flash didn't have the best Queen fight, I think we are already past the minute barrier between both of these runners. So Alpha currently fighting off Colors and Fuses, getting elbow from Colors' side. Into, let's see what Fuses will do. Into a team attack, so... Let's see if Alpha can finish this off. Or if we... Yeah, it kinda looks like Alpha got this, yeah. So, shovel please in the chat room. We reached Glacier Peak on Alpha's side, while Flash is approaching with TP and cracks. Unfortunately, a bit early on the TP. And Flash going for the classical OG left side climb here. It's always nice to see it. Thank you, Naga, for... yeah, teaching more players this beautiful left side climb that is just slow as hell. And yeah, while Alpha is zooming through Glacier Peak here on your right side of the screen, Flash is hopefully finishing off Colors and Fuses with an okayish good pattern. We already saw a team attack from Fuses into a boulder. That's not the worst, but I think Fuses unfortunately wasn't dead. So I think we see another tag and maybe another attack. Looks like Flash got it. Nice. So not the best pattern, but an okayish Colors and Fuses per Flash. And so far, as I could tell, just by looking kind of roughly over to Alpha's screen, I think Alpha is having an amazing Glacier right now. Yeah, and since I said that, I immediately cursed the TP for Alpha, but I think he should be fine. Yeah, Alpha going into Tower of Time. Flash still making his way up through Glacier Peak. I don't know what kind of... I think due to the Queen fight, most probably Flash is not on a PB pace. Yeah, it looks like both runners are not on PB pace. So let's see. Alpha going for Hail Mary, of course. And yeah, I'm sorry if I don't keep up that much right now with explaining everything in this match, but yes, unfortunately, as you can see, the gap is kinda getting wider and wider. So Alpha would need to, yeah, kinda die a lot in Tower of Times that Flash can still keep up. Will we see a free tile from Alpha? I don't think so. Not in a tournament match. Nope, no free tile. And yeah, Flash finally reached the peak of Glacier as well. Very well done on Flash's side. I think he had a bit of a rough time in some of the rooms, but overall it kind of looked fine. No HP for Alpha, going for his new strat and executed perfectly. It's looking really amazing seeing that in a race environment. And yeah, so I assume nothing major will happen here on Alpha's side, so this could be a clear winner of the first match. And if we compare the matches overall, most of the time the players kind of improve in the second match due to race nerfs and being properly warmed up afterwards. So maybe the gap between both of these runners could even increase in the second match of today. And yeah, Flash unfortunately touched the spikes. That means Flash can't go for Hail Mary. I don't know anymore if Flash ever was going for Hail Mary in the tournament race. But yeah, due to the... Oh god, I was a bit afraid of Alpha dying there, but... Or at least Alpha being a 1 HP, but it looked fine. I think Alpha is pretty much on a 29 3x pace at least. Could be even better. Oh god, I'm always so bad assuming the time coming into the time waster room. Yeah, how much do we climb? The climb is I think 10 seconds with a cutscene. I think yeah, he's on a 3x 4x pace at least. So 4x maybe maximum, really bad, but I think it's a 3x pace. Damn, Flash leashing the Wizrobe. Flash against 3 Wizrobes on the other screen, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, like I said, I'm so bad at assuming how long these cutscenes will go. I played this game so often and I still can't do the math. So yeah, Alpha on a 4x pace, 4x to 5x. Yeah, I can't do math today. It's too late already. But yeah, I think it's a 4x. Should be a 4x for Alpha. Arcane Golem looking pretty clean. And yeah, with that, 29-43 for Alpha in the first match. GG to Alpha. And yeah, now we are waiting for Flash to hopefully coming into Arcane safe. So let's pray that nothing major will happen due to Flash here. Going into the Walk of Shame room. I think Flash is going for the Black strat, if I remember correctly. Yeah. And handling the Wizrobes pretty well, so nothing happened to Flash. He could still die to the crystal abuse. We saw already a couple of players dying to it, but I pray that nothing will happen. And I think Flash is kinda on a 32 pace, if I can do math now. But yeah, so like I said, this is nothing against Flash, and but you can already see the difference in the skill levels. So we have already a 2-minute gap between both runners, and Alpha didn't have the best RNG and also had some mistakes here and there. And I think in the second game, maybe the gap will be even wider between both of these players. So yeah. It could be an upset in the second game, but right now it's pretty much looking towards Alpha also in the second race, based on the first race. And yeah, GG to Flash, 32-17.